I'm anticipating pretty much what we're seeing essentially from the gambling market, which has been favouring a Remain vote for quite some time. Obviously, the polls themselves are much closer, but as I say, I mean, 2/3 at the moment on the gambling markets, at least, are anticipating a Remain.
So does that mean that you're positioning your portfolio in that way for a Remain vote, or are you taking a bunch of extra, are you putting on extra options, or are you hedging in any way for a major move in the markets?
No, actually, we've done absolutely nothing. And talking to our clients during the course of the month, that's what they want to do as well. We all recognise that the risks are completely asymmetric. So we either get a Remain vote in which probably markets will go up a little bit. They've already priced in a Remain result anyway to a great extent. If we get a Leave vote, then there's quite a bit of downside, but at the moment it's not pointing in that direction.
Now, I guess the question here is, if you get a win for the Remain camp, which is what you're expecting, is it going to be big enough to be decisive? Or then do we get into another round of uncertainty because people say, well, it was so close that we need another referendum, and that might be 12 to 18 months out?
Yeah. Again, who knows? I mean, if one looks at the most recent history when we had a 55-45 vote in favour of remaining in the UK as far as the Scottish referendum is concerned, that was almost immediately followed up with further threats of a future referendum at some point. I think on this particular occasion, the appetite for anybody, and particularly the political classes, for another referendum so close is quite unlikely. But what it does do, I think, is send an important message to the European Union overall, and that's been acknowledged most recently by the German finance minister, that perhaps the pace of integration has left voters behind, and either it needs to stop or be reassessed in order to see whether or not the European Union is achieving its objectives.
Essentially then, from what you're saying, from the outcome of the vote, what is guaranteed, regardless of what the outcome is there is a months of uncertainty ahead. Because not only that, you've got to add in the political ramifications of either side winning and the likelihood of David Cameron actually losing his job.
Yeah, I mean, again, so far the Leave camp have said that even in the event of a Leave vote tomorrow, or the results come out tomorrow, then their expectation is they would like David Cameron to stay in post. It's very difficult to see that happening on anything other than an interim basis, but yeah, we'd be in uncharted territory. When does the UK government hand in its notice to quit and invoke Article 50? Again, is that going to be next week, or will there be a period of sober reflection and a process and negotiation? Unfortunately, sober reflection has not been something that has been characteristic of this campaign thus far.